Hey friend, you can imagine, I have done 32 tutorials for my channel and even more for my blog, about 45. I have a bunch of tutorials that I have not edited and never added here. This happens since at the beginning of the year. Honestly, I have not made videos for YouTube all the time. At some point I lost interest. You know, high and low expectations. In June I started again making videos and constantly released tutorials and reviews. This year has given me even more than I had hoped. Next year I'm gonna make more videos for my channel, and now I have done my top 5 tutorials of this year. So let's get started. Number 1 or 5 are loose roses. This tutorial is valuable because it covers such an important point as water control in watercolors. First, I wet my paper with a flat brush, do it evenly and avoid puddles. I run a brush with water on paper several times, giving the paper time to absorb water. When the paper is already shiny, you can start painting. The amount of water and pigment in the brush is a crucial thing as well. If you have a lot of water in your brush, the pigment will bleed too much on your paper. I used less water in my brush this time. You also need to remember, after drying, the pigment will get paler. This work required working faster while the paper was wet. Here I have chosen a simple composition focusing on the large bud and 2 smaller ones below. Working with the wet on wet technique also gives us soft strokes. Once dry, I added details while paying attention to them. The result is a combination of soft and sharp strokes. It's amazing. This work is very useful for practicing and understanding watercolor basics. So whoever hasn't seen it yet, go ahead and watch it. So the next work I choose is Lavender Fields. This work is incredible. Here we have perspective, atmospheric perspective, different techniques and watercolor effects. I painted a pink sunset with clouds using the wet on wet technique, painted mountains showing the distance with a lighter mix of pigment and water, and also added a sun flare on mountains. I painted rows of lavender with vanishing point and linear perspective. It's incredibly easy and fun. Learn how easy it is to add texture to your artwork using simple effects. Here I added water droplets that pushed the pigment out on my paper, splashing the mix of pigment with water also. So if you find it interesting to practice, watch this video. Okay, my next video is a jar of flowers. Peonies and black islets using in a jar of water. Simple and beautiful composition. In this work, a jar of water was a challenge for me. I drew a jar according to all the rules of shapes: oval in perspective, glass thickness, width and height of the jar, etc. Loose flowers, simple strokes and lines varying hues. In general, flowers are always colorful and beautiful. This year I didn't paint many flowers, but I enjoyed this process and the knowledge that I got is priceless. So give it a try. The next work is a mushroom in the forest. Everything is simple again, but so useful and exciting. This work again shows the basic shape of the circle and how to correctly apply light, medium and dark tones to make depth. The difference between this work is that I previously used masking fluid. Here I painted with a natural background, also added shadows. I got a charming fall work. Light spots attract particular attention. So this tutorial is great for practicing round shapes, backgrounds, shadows and masking fluid. I show you how to use masking fluid in more detail in my complete guide on how to paint a beautiful galaxy. Overall, fall was beautiful outside and in my works as well. Trees and pumpkins are always good points to practice shapes and shadows. And this is my last fifth work. This is a simple and colorful holiday card. This year I can't bring myself to paint anything festive. I thought about ideas for a long time and one morning I got up, turned on my camera and made all my holiday tutorials. This is how my ideas went to paper. I really like the harmony of colors of these pine trees, reflection and smooth blending, varying tones and heights. These are incredibly important things in the paintings, so this simple but extremely important practice in this work helps to develop the harmony of colors. Color theory is important thing. You will also see that the paper can be tilted to get nice reflections. Sometimes we know we can do this, but we forget about it. So try it. You can also easily make brush lettering by just using the tip of your brush. Write in the comments section below which tutorial you like on my channel or what you would like to see. It will be very valuable to me. I am grateful to all those of you who support me and my channel, put likes or dislikes, subscribe and write comments. Thank you for being there. I'm already preparing new tutorials for you and I'm going to tell you that I will dig deeper. I'm going to show you more about basic techniques, supplies, etc. So next year will be fun. See you there!